Hey, hi, howdy, hello. I have sweeping Gandalf. Oh, he heard his name. Him did. Don't judge my banana sheets, by the way. Oh no, a stretch. Oh no, a stretch. He's such a rotten boy. Oh, stretch. Him stretches. Yeah. Him so rotten. Him is rotten. Rotten boy. What are you doing? Gandalf? I know y'all hadn't seen him in a while. Like, just chilling anyway. He might be a little spoiled. See, I've had a long day. Yes, I have. For little pauses. Little pauses. And back rubsies. Yeah, he's not waking up. He's tired. Oh, little blanket right there. Yeah. See, he don't care. Look at him sleeping on his little pillow. I don't think I've ever seen a more rotten dog. Hello, Miss Badonkadonk. I'm, I'm sorry, I tried to say that with a straight face. I hope everybody's doing good. I don't know, I just figured I'd come on here and say hello to everybody. Oh, hey, Aries. Look at it. Look at Gandalf. I'm gonna unplug this because this is obnoxious. I figured y'all needed a Gandalf fix. I thought we might do some ghost stories or something. Him's all tucked in with his blanket and pillow. Look at him. Look, just. I'm sorry. He's just. He's Gandalf. He's laying on his little pillow with his little blanket. He's a good boy, dog. Give him little chest rubs. Look at him stretch his little foot. Look at his little foot. Look at his little foot right there. Yeah, stretch. Oh. Okay, quit fucking with you. He's kind of mad at me. He had to have a haircut, and they took a little much off the beard. Took a little more off the beard than they usually do, and it made him mad. He got little foot. Little foot. He is an excellent cuddler. He's got little ears. Yes, little ears. Good boy. Oh, stretch your foot. I don't know why he does that, but he just puts his foot way out there like that. Oh, back rubs. Oh, back rubs. Oh, are you scratching the air? What are you doing? What is that? You're just gonna scratch the air? Yeah, you're giving somebody back scratches too. What is he doing? Look, he's like he's. I'm scratching his back, like I'm barely scratching it, and he's like acting like he's scratching somebody else's back. Only the one paw, though. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why. Oh, oh, back scratches. See, it's funny, and he is sleeping. Look at him sleeping. He also sleeps with his little thong sticking out too. Ooh, smalls. He's rotten. He really is. He is rotten. So let me get my laptop and we'll look at some stuff. Oops. Oh, for those curious, it has snowed again. Big ass army jacket. I've made a couple more beanies. You cannot has. Don't even look at them like this. So you wake up now. You cannot has the beanies. No, you can't. Hey, hey. You cannot has the beanies. Especially not this one. Some more beanies. You cannot has it. Has it. You want the beanie? Good boy. Oh, wolf puppy. Him's good boy. Gandalf. Gandalf. Belly rubs. Yeah, belly rubs. Don't stick your tongue out at me. Oh no. Oh, him embarrassed. Are you embarrassed? Oh no. Were you embarrassed? Yeah. Oh, stretch. Your beard is a little kerfuffled. Oh, yawn. Yeah. Oh no. Oh. Oh, ear scratches. He covers his face like that when he's embarrassed. But here's, I do not know why but that doesn't make sense. Why did it do that? That's weird. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, now he's trying to get my beanie. I don't know why he's licking my laptop. Oh, goodness. That's rude. He'll clean himself on camera. This is the blue one. I could probably turn the light on so you could see them better. And yeah, I probably need to do that. Because you can't really see the colors. I'm going to try to fold these a little better. I opened a Spirit Talker app yesterday. Don't judge my banana sheets, by the way. This is like a deep teal and blue. I don't know why it's not coming across teal, but it's teal. This is blue. It's a beanie. And then I got the green and pink one. And he is posting up shop so he can steal them at will. This is like a coral color. This is like a hot pink color. This is like a turquoise and green. I make these, by the way. And I do like craft fairs and stuff. This one's sparkly. You can probably catch the sparkles when I move it. This is like a fuchsia purple almost. And this one's just straight up green. Sparkle green. Like shamrock green. This is probably one of my favorite. And it's got the scale on it. And the scale on this one came out so pretty. See, this right here is what I'm calling the scales. It really does shimmer in the light, though, especially outside. It shimmers. And the sparkles are gold, so it really does shimmer. This one really shimmers. This one's like an iridescent shimmer. Look at him getting as close as he can for Mama because I got something in my lap and it's not him. I'm a good boy. Yeah. Here's your Mama's boy. You're a good boy. He's getting, like, my leg is right here. His little nose is right there, and he can't get to me. It's making him mad. Look, he's like, I don't like those. Right there. They are in my way. I can't get to Mommy, and I'm mad about it. You gonna chew on them now? You gonna bite? Hey. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. This is not yours. This is not yours. Not yours. You can't have it. No, you cannot. It's yours. It's not yours. No, it's not yours. Don't you slap at me. No. Don't you slap at me. Give me that. It's mine. It's mine. You can't have it. No. It's you little thief. Oh, you're gonna hold it with both hands, huh? You better not unravel that, you little devil. Don't you do it. Hey, no. Give me that. No, you can't have it. It's not yours. You little devil. No. I'm surprised he hasn't grumbled at me yet. Oh, you're just gonna grab it with your little hand? Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Don't you side eye me. No. Give me that. Really? You're gonna jerk it. Give me that. You cannot has. Hey, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to. Hello. Hello. Oh, don't you? Ow. No. No, it's mine. Give, give me that. Give, hey. Give, ow. Give me this. Give me this. Don't you snipping at me. Don't you do it. It's mine. It's mine. Give me that. This is no touchy. I'm gonna get it. Oh, go get it. Give me that. You better give it. You better give it. Give me that right there. Give me that. Oh, give me that. Give me that. You slapped me. Apparently, did you see him keep dragging it back over there? I don't get it. Give me that. Give me that. Don't you slap me. Give me that. Give me that. Give it. Oh, I'm gonna get it. He snatched it away from me a couple of times now. You like that one, huh? You can't wear it. I don't. I don't know why you're so intense. You can't wear it. Oh no, I got it. Are you scratching? You need some help scratching? Scratch right there. Oh. He's a little itchy. He got his little haircut. I guess so. He picks certain things and certain things he likes. He likes to play under the blanket too. Like I'll get a hand up under. Hey, you can't have that too. You gonna get the blanket now? Ow! Give me the blanket. Give me that. Give me that. You're just stealing stuff. So you got the blanket and the beanie now. Can I have something? Oh, you go throw it. You go throw a tantrum. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. No, you can't have all of them. Hey, no. You can't have gift. Give me that. Hey, no. So you thieved. Oh, thieved 3 of them now. Don't get it. Oh, so you cannot have that. No, give. I won't get it. Well, hello. You're gonna. You're just gonna continue to thieve them and put them in a pile now. You're gonna. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know those were all yours. I want to get this one. You can't have all of them. I was being super sneaky about it. You give me that. No. You cannot have all of them. I'm gonna get this one. This. No. Can't. No. Excuse me. What about this one? You don't want this one, do you? Oh, that one fell down. You want this one? So you're settled on the blue one, huh? Hey, no. Don't you? What do you got? Give it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Don't you snort at me. Don't you snort at me. Hey. Grr. Grr. Give me that. No. No. You shit ass. Now he's laying on a bed of beanies. Just, yep. He's got all the beanies piled up in my lap. King Gandalf. Hey, what are you chewing over there? No. Oh, I figured out what it is. It had a little piece. Ow! That is my finger. That is my finger. No. Hey, no. Hey, no. No. Hey, no. Hey, stop it. Hey. Give me that. Ew. Don't snort on the beanie. I'm trying to take one. One of them. Would you Ow! Put that one back and that one back. It has all of them. Not all of them. No, you cannot. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excusez-moi, sir. You are not the beanie lord. Don't you side with him, Aries. Don't you do it. I'm not getting that beanie back. I can move it, probably. He is making a, he found a piece of fuzz, and he is fascinated with it for some reason. Hey. Stop it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey. Hey. Excuse me. Pardon me. No, don't you give it back. Give it in. I'm doing good. Fighting with Gandalf. Yeah. It's not me. Shit ass. He is having a field day with his baby. And his blanket, apparently. Look at him hold it. Look at his little toe beads. Look at his toe beads. He is having a field day. Look at him. Little toe beads. He was having a field day over there. Yeah, oh god. Yeah, he's gonna throw stuff on the floor. He might be a little bit rotten. Ow! Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Stinker. What are you doing? That is my finger. Yeah. Oh, oh God. Oh. Oh, okay. Is that the trick? Yeah, just rub his belly and he's fine. Yeah. Look at his little toofies right there. Look at his little toofies. He just slapped my hands away. Like, don't touch my toofies. Yeah, mama, don't touch my toofies. Yeah. Oh, of course, belly rubs. He's gotten quite the belly on him because he's about 3 pounds more than he's supposed to weigh, and that doesn't sound like much, but when you're only supposed to weigh 4 pounds and you weigh like 7, it actually makes more of a difference than you would think. Would you leave that poor beanie alone? He's still at it with the beanie. Y'all want to know why I can't get anything done? Some days, this is why. You gonna throw a tantrum for us? Yeah, I'm gonna throw a tantrum. Go throw a tantrum. Yeah, throw a tantrum. He's such a stinker butt. He is. And he knows it. That's the thing, Shelly. Listen, if I don't hold him 24 hours a day, he gets legitimately upset about it. Now he's in the floor getting the beanies that fell off the bed. I've got to hide these beanies before he figures out where they are again. Alright. I'll boot up my computer. Right? Yeah, he claimed them. They are his now, apparently. What is up with the computer? I don't know what's up with my PC. I have like restarted it and updated it and all of that. That's where he is right now. It's a little slower than it should be. Oh, you're good. You're good. Which is one reason, like, I had trouble with StreamYards. Like, I did all the updates and shit, though. But it may have been StreamYards. It may not be my computer. But StreamYards it was bad. I'm booting up. No, I do not actually. Thank you. So here's some options. Andrew Ditch. Leave me alone. Um, Shani and Riff Raff are homeless. Oh, and Shani's back on YouTube, by the way. I do. I still have the same Discord. What are you getting into? Why do you have my sock? And how did you get my sock would be a better question. How did you get Excuse me. How did you don't ignore me. Hello, sir. Hey, excuse me. He's not listening. Andy has been on a whole tirade. Let's see. Oh, never mind. That's a members only thing. I don't want to do that. Andrew Ditch went to a court hearing. I can give you a verbal update. No, that's fine. Thank you, Aries. About his quote unquote autism that he doesn't have. And they told him, Andy, you don't have autism, you have schizophrenia. Blah, 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 blah. And he throws a whole tantrum. We could do paranormal scary stories. There's Mr. Ballin.
On August 28, 1984, an 18-year-old girl named Elizabeth went missing. On the first day she was gone, her friends and family went out looking for her, but they couldn't find her. The following day, when she still hadn't shown up and no one had heard from her, her parents went to the local police station in their Austrian town of Amstetten, which is about an hour west of Vienna, and they reported her missing. The police launched an initial search of the town and the surrounding areas. For several weeks, they had found nothing that connected to Elizabeth and where she might have gone. A month after she had been reported missing, her parents came back to the police station, except this time they were carrying a note they say they received in the mail from their missing daughter. It was postmarked from a town that was about 2 hours west of
No, he doesn't have autism. He has never had autism.
Elizabeth writes directly to her parents, and she tells them that she had grown tired of living with them, and she didn't.
And listen, I normally wouldn't give a shit. But with autism, it's a touchy subject because that hits too close to home for me. And I don't need people like that going around adding stereotypes that don't belong to autism. You get what I'm saying? Because he's creating a bad look for people who do actually suffer with autism, and B, he's adding stereotypes that have nothing to do with autism. And that wouldn't be so bad, but it also makes it more difficult for people who actually have it, and makes people kind of equate his degenerate behavior to autism when it has nothing to do with having autism. He has a diaper fetish. He is a sicko. And he is a elderly abusing sack of shit who doesn't want to work and has sucked the system dry and abused emergency services his whole fucking adult life. Gandalf, you got a super chat, and it said, Gandalf doggy biscuits to bite mommy. You gonna bite mommy? He is currently laying under my leg now. but like behind the scenes, I do a lot of autism awareness charity stuff. Like I make the teal beanies I make are for autism awareness. The freaking, you know, if you know, you know. I'm not going into all that, but it's personal for me. It's very personal for me, and maybe it shouldn't be, but when I see him potentially affecting the community, I'm gonna say something. He's a lumpy piece of shit, and he's disgusting. He's a degenerate, and he gives autism a bad name when it doesn't need it, because people already, it's unnecessary and completely unneeded. It is a Yorkie, Brian. It's absolutely a Yorkie. Technically, he is a micro mini silver silky Yorkie. Very specific Yorkie. If you want one like him, you're gonna have to get a micro mini silver silky. And he is an absolute joy. I love him so much. And he is legally a service dog. Exactly. Take a seat. Exactly. It's bad enough suffering with autism. You don't need people like that making it harder. It no, absolutely not. I will throw a whole ass tantrum. I don't care. I will have a fucking whole ass meltdown over that shit. I ain't even playing. He was a good boy. Yeah, a good boy. But anyway, oh, Amberlyn Reed. Amberlyn Reed got kicked off. Well, not really kicked off, but the whole vibe thing. Well, one, Amberlyn Reed lost her platform for quite some time, and I think she may have gotten banned again. And then two, she kind of all but gotten run off from locale. What, it wasn't Glass, it was Bus. Locale Bus. Yeah, they're the whole vibe there has changed. They are done with her shit.
Not want them to come looking for her, and if she discovered they were looking for her, she would just flee the country. After the police read the note, they asked the parents if they thought it was real, if this was a legitimate letter from their daughter, and they said, yeah, they think it is. And then after that, her father, Joseph, suggested that maybe his daughter had run off to join a cult. That was something he thought she was getting into before her disappearance. After the parents left the police station, the police began conducting interviews with other family members and friends of Elizabeth to see if it was possible that she might have run off to join a cult. And virtually everyone they spoke to said absolutely not. There is no way she ran off to join a cult. That just wasn't her. She was a quiet, reserved person, and they had never heard her talking about a cult or anything that even resembled a cult. These answers left the police feeling very suspicious of the whole situation, and so they decided to look into the young woman's history to see if there was some other reason she might have run off. In their research, they discovered that Elizabeth was one of 7 siblings that all lived together with their parents, Joseph and Rose Marie. Joseph was a successful electrical engineer and real estate developer who was well liked and respected in town, and Rose Marie had gotten married very young.
Yes, he's a Yorkie, Brian.
And she had stayed home to take care of the kids. By all accounts, from the outside looking in, they were a very ordinary family. But as the police began to dig deeper and deeper into their history, they discovered there were some big problems behind closed doors.
Yeah, he made a whole mess.
Despite his friendly
right
outward
there.
public appearance,
Like
Joseph
he's
was
hollowed the
actually a
blanket out.
ruthless
Like
authoritarian when he was home alone with his family.
he's
At
made him
night,
a
when he
little
came home
cave
from
in
work,
there.
his wife and his kids would immediately stop whatever they were doing
You
and go
want the
silent
blanket
in
over
hopes
you?
they might
There you
avoid a
go.
beating. The only member of the family that seemed
There you
willing to
go.
stand up
Let
for
me fix
Joseph
your ear.
was Elizabeth, and she and her father
There you
would
go.
frequently get into screaming fights, and then as
Let's
punishment
go
for these
fight
fights,
it. There
Joseph
you
would
go.
not only beat his daughter, he would also prevent her from seeing her friends for long periods of time, and he would go through her personal things like her diary. Their toxic relationship finally came to a head when Elizabeth finally ran away from home 2 years prior to her most recent disappearance. She made it all the way to Vienna before authorities caught up to her and brought her back home. Upon learning about this earlier disappearance, the police became convinced that the most recent disappearance was yet another attempt to escape her abusive and
He
controlling
does.
father. And so the police
I love
decided that
him
this was
too.
more of a family affair, and they didn't push the investigation further. A year went by, and neither the police nor her family heard anything from Elizabeth, and so her case was closed.
That's
But
weird.
24 years later, a seemingly unconnected event broke her case wide open. On April 19th, 2008, a 19-year-old named Kirsten was rushed to the hospital in Amstetten. Her skin was so pale it looked almost transparent. She was unconscious and suffering from seizures as well as lung and kidney failure. The doctors were able to stabilize her by putting her into a medically induced coma, but after running a litany of tests, they couldn't figure out what was causing her to have this medical condition, and so they were not able to treat her effectively. They assumed it had to be some sort of genetic condition, so they put her name into the medical database, but nothing came up. Her name wasn't listed. And so this was very perplexing because everybody's name was in this database. And so they took her name and they ran it in other medical databases, and her name didn't show up in any of them. And so, totally confused by this girl who seemingly didn't exist, who was exhibiting symptoms of a condition none of the doctors had seen before, the doctors decide they have to speak to the guy she showed up with, an older man who was out in the waiting room. When the doctors approached him, he said he was Kirsten's grandfather, but beyond that, he offered virtually no new information. In fact, he was aggressive and rude and dismissive, and anytime they asked him questions, he would answer as minimally as possible. And when the doctors really fixated on whether or not Kirsten had some underlying medical condition, he would not give them an answer. He would just dismiss it and say he didn't know anything, but it was the doctor's impression that he did know something, he just didn't want to tell them. And this behavior shocked them because they're thinking the information he has could potentially save his granddaughter's life. Why wouldn't he want to give it to us? And so after this disastrous interaction with the grandfather, the doctors decided to get the police involved. There were just too many red flags not to. When the police arrived, they were surprised to find out that this older man in the waiting room was none other than Joseph, the father of the still missing girl, Elizabeth. The police asked Joseph, "What's going on here?" And he tells them that earlier that day, he had opened his front door of his house, and lying on his front step was a girl he had never seen before. It was Kirsten, and there was a note laying on her from
Who's
his missing
Nick
daughter,
Crowley?
Elizabeth. In the note, Elizabeth writes,
I don't know who that is. I don't know who Nick Crowley is, but I think I want to try. I love Mr. Ballin. I'll look it up. I don't give a shit. I'm just chilling tonight. Tonight is just whatever the fuck we feel like doing night. Nick. Why does that come up so fast in my search feed? Huh. Hmm. Uh-oh, it says the internet's darkest corners. That actually looks pretty good if it's the right one. I don't know that it is. The internet's darkest corners, YouTube's darkest videos, the darkest moments in TV history. Let's try the internet's darkest corners. Why not? Okay, April. Love you.
911 location, ambulance speak.
Let me
Okay,
full
what's
screen
going
this.
on?
Alright, this is what's happened.
It's the 7th of November, 2014. 45-year-old Joseph Parker dials 911 at 2:45 in the morning to report an urgent incident that had taken place inside his home in Springville, Tennessee. An incident that had been solely his own doing.
They've been married 12 years. On the 4th, which would have been 2 nights ago at 4 a.m., I shot my wife in the temple of her head. And I thought I killed her. And I
Wait, what?
out in the garage.
It happened
What
on him
the-
and his wife Samantha's 12th wedding anniversary. A day that should have been a celebration, but instead had somehow ended in Joseph shooting Samantha at point-blank range, before proceeding to put her body inside their garage freezer. An awful crime that Joseph was now confessing to a 911 operator. But this confession wasn't the real reason for his call, as Joseph likely would have been content without ever reporting his own crime, had it not been for the fact that hours prior, he noticed something unusual.
I was in the garage when I checked on her tonight, and she's not dead.
Excuse me?
Got a big hole in the temple of her head,
Eh,
and to get her body moved around in there, I think I broke her wrist. You know, she was frozen from being in the thing. She's been in the thing 48 hours now.
What?
According to Joseph, Samantha was still
What the
alive,
actual?
despite having a large hole in her head and spending so long in their freezer that she was seemingly frozen.
Whoa. Okay. So, wow. I'm speechless. The dude is like, he does all this to this poor woman, puts her in a freezer, okay, a active freezer, goes back to check on her much later, and she's still alive. And that's when, after that, even when he thinks he breaks things, he calls 911. What exactly? My question. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's fucked up. Did what? Hmm. What exactly does? What does he think they're gonna do to help him exactly? So he calls 911 to get them to assist him? I'm confused. Because what does he think they're gonna do for him? Exactly. I'm lost. Usually, when you do something like that, you don't call 911 for assistance with the body you put in the freezer. Like, I don't understand. Exactly. He's calling this operator like they're going to help him deal with the body or something. Like, what does he expect the operator to say or do? Be like, yeah, you committed a felony, probably several. How may I help you? Like, the fuck? And the dude looks like an absolute goon. Like, he looks like Sid the Sloth. It just, I'm confused. Because most people who do this kind of thing don't call emergency servers for assistance with the multiple felonies they just committed.
Solid. When he checked on her that morning, he realized that she wasn't
Whoa.
actually dead. and was
Whoa,
even
whoa. He did it the day before, puts her in the freezer, and then only checks on her the next day. Napkin. That's fucked up, dude. But so he waits 24 hours to go check on the body he put in the freezer. Like, what did he expect? Is, I think, the real question here. He went back to check on her in the freezer. And what outcome did he anticipate besides dead? Because generally, when you do something like that and you stash them in a freezer for a while, one would assume they wouldn't survive that. Just saying. Like, who raised this idiot? Is my question. Like, because even at this, he's incompetent. Because most Minecrafters are at least competent enough not to need 911's assistance finishing the crime. Like, you shouldn't be Minecrafting people to begin with. But when you're doing it so horribly that you need 911 to assist you, you are failing at literally everything. Like, did you need them to hold your hand? Right, but I wouldn't have done it to begin with, Aries. That's the difference. I don't make a habit of just stashing people in the freezer. You know? Can't relate. Sorry. Minecrafting is not my day job. Thank you. Or my night job. Or any job that I'm good. I would rather take a regular job that's not a felony. Thank you very much.
still conscious. The scenario Joseph was describing should have been impossible, with it being so outlandish that Joseph felt the need to tell the operator that this wasn't a prank.
This is no prank.
Then this is no prank, because they thought there's no person possibly this dumb. Right, Aries? Leave my toes out of this. um so he's aware how dumb this sounds, to the point to where he's like, this is not a prank call. I really am this stupid. Thanks for letting us know. Because we had no idea you were an idiot before you said that. We were under the impression that you were the world's smartest man before you let us know it wasn't not a prank and that you were actually this dumb. Golf clap. You know, Captain Obvious. I would show this. I'm sorry. I'm a dick. Actually, I'm not sorry at all, but I'm a dick. Right? I mean, he's calling from a landline, it appears. But they know who he is. He called in. Surely they've tracked him down. Right? But here's the thing. I would show the screen, but it's mostly AI images for some reason. So there's nothing, like, it'd be different if they were showing, like, evidence and stuff, but I'd just be showing you AI images if I held the phone up. So this will be mostly audio, because I don't feel like doing that. Okay, computer. Thank you.
Oh, I need somebody to get out there and help her out. But I promise you this is a legit call, and I need somebody to get out there and help her, because I still love
Somebody
her.
to get
Hard
out.
to believe,
Wait.
but I love
Wait, he said, I need somebody to get out there and help her because I still love her. I know that's hard to believe after all I've done, but I need somebody to go and help her. Well, buddy, it's about 24 hours and one freezer too late for that. You might should have thought about that when you were doing what you were doing there, bub. You know? Oh God, I just said bub. The Mainers have converted me, apparently. I gotta plug my phone in, sorry. But, I need somebody to get out there and, check on the person I put in the freezer. Okay, well, when they check on her, what exactly would you like them to do about it? Maybe just don't stash people in fucking freezers and you won't have to call somebody to check on her. I don't know, did that concept ever cross your little bird brain? Dude, you have the combined brain cell, singular, of an amoeba. And that bitch is struggling. It is struggling for survival at this point, dude. The fuck? I need somebody to get out there and check on the lady I put in the freezer because I still love her. I know that's hard to believe. Yeah, it's a little hard to believe. After you pew-pewed her in the temple and shoved her in the freezer and broke some things 48 hours later, and then you think, oh no, just playing. I hope you're still alive. I don't think it quite works like that. This is nuts. Eh. Poor trolls. I am corn fed. I like corn. And if you're referring to inbred, it's you might not should talk about your parents like that, dude. Because the only one inbred here is you. Come up with some new material, dude. Ignorant would be a good word for you, though. If you think that everybody whose country is inbred, you might need to go educate yourself. I have a college education. Do you? Just saying. My hand slipped in the. Oh my God, Aries. Harry, exactly. I was like, what does he want them to do about it? Like, she's not Frankenstein. You can't just zap her. After so long, the brain cells die. This stupid ass is funny. I don't know why YouTube keeps hiding this idiot's comments. Dumbass. But anyway, Um, I just don't. I don't understand. How are you gonna do something like this and then call 911? Here you go. If I add you as mod, then you can see it. I think. Or I can just show it. I don't give a fuck. I know who you are, so I modded you. But anyway, make any of this make sense. Like, any of it. I'll be right back. I can make my accent thicker.
I still love her. You know, I've
Don't
loved her
poke
every
me.
day
I
I've
will
been
fuck
married
with
to
you
her.
and make you cry.
Had a rough stretch here.
He was being serious, and all he wanted to do now was get Samantha help, as he claimed to still love her despite everything he had done. And help couldn't come quickly enough, as Joseph went into greater detail.
But I'm not hiding his shit, though. I pushed show on that like twice, and his YouTube doesn't like this person for some reason. Because I'm not even hiding their shit. It's YouTube. It says this comment is hidden. And they didn't cuss. They didn't say one single cuss word. That's what I don't understand. Why is YouTube hiding their comments? They aren't blocked. I don't understand. I guess they're jealous I'm not blowing them. I don't know. Oh, okay. I was like, I'm not doing it though. YouTube's become fucking dumb, dude. It's catering to the sensitive motherfuckers who can't handle trolls. And it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, if you can't handle somebody fucking with you, you don't need to be a fucking content creator. If you can't handle somebody coming in here and just randomly fucking with you, if you are that goddamn soft skinned, you don't need to be on this platform. You know, and Moto wasn't even being that bad, dude. It was just fucking playing around. It's not that, it ain't that fucking deep. You know, it's not that fucking deep, dude. I'm sorry, I just don't give a fuck. I don't. I occasionally am known to play with my trolls just for shits and giggles when I'm bored. I don't care. It happens. Everybody gets them. It's not that deep. Get over it.
Detail about just how bad Samantha's condition was, and how he was able to determine she was alive in the first place.
She's been frozen for 2 days. She's frozen solid. It's amazing she's still alive. She can talk, can move her jaw. She's in bad shape. She's a mess. She can't talk. I could get her to blink. Blink once means yes. Blink twice means no.
Despite being unable to speak or move, Samantha was still blinking, and was actually blinking in response to questions Joseph was asking her, once for yes and twice for no. And in a moment of what appears to be a regret for what he had done, he tried to make things better by giving her blankets and pouring water in her mouth.
Yes, she's still in the garage. I made her as comfortable as I can make her. She tried to drink a little water.
These responses led to a lengthy one-sided conversation that ended with Joseph vowing to get her help, which he was attempting to do now as he drove miles away, clearing the scene for authorities and paramedics to save her, while calling 911 and explaining the surreal scenario.
We don't have a history of domestic disputes. You know, we've never had to call police or nothing. We just had a real bad night a couple of nights ago. I was waving the gun around. Got trouble.
The two had a happy and healthy marriage that, for whatever reason, had turned sour on their anniversary, and what he referred to as a real bad night, where something in Joseph had snapped. But despite admitting to the murder, he made it clear that he had no intention of going to prison. He just wanted to make sure that Samantha was saved.
Don't want to get arrested tonight and all that.
Telling the operator that they'll find her in the freezer, before ending the call shortly after.
You go to the garage, can't yell for you, can't yell. But you go to the garage, and that's where you'll see her once you get to the garage.
Oh, dude. So instead of, I don't know, taking her out of the freezer, you want to call 911 to have them do it. Like, but you care so much, right? That you couldn't just not put her in the freezer? I know it may be a wild idea, but how about you just don't go sticking people in freezers? Maybe try that. And you won't. I can't. I can't. I can't. Oh, I can't. I can't. This is so fucking dumb. I can't. I'm so embarrassed that there's actually somebody this fucking dumb. Just. What did he want? What did he want them to do? He's like, can you go check on her? She's in the fucking freezer. I'm sorry. Moto, god damn it. But he wasn't dominant, he was just dumb. For fuck's sake. He does all this shit, pops her in the freezer, checks on her like 12 hours later, okay? 12 hours later, checks on her. She's still alive at that point. Another whole ass day goes by, and he checks on her again, and she's no longer alive. And it's then when he calls 911 for them to go check on her and see if they can help her. Because he still loves her. Don't you think the time to call for help would have been the time you opened the freezer and she was still alive and capable of being helped? Maybe. Just. Dude. It's a little late for that. Oh, okay. It's the new. Okay, well, you can leave me out of this new kink thing, because I am not into freezers. I already live in the coldest fucking state in the US. I pretty well live in a freezer already. You know, so no thank you. I'm gonna pass on this trend. Thank you very much.
Sure enough, when authorities entered Joseph and Samantha's home and ventured into the garage, they would see Samantha's red hair flowing out from the side of the freezer, and inside, they would find Samantha herself.
Straight to jail. JELL. Jail. Straight to jail. No putting redheads into freezer. Redheads are an endangered species. God damn it. They are precious novelty. Or some shit. Leave redheads alone. There's so few of them left. have such a fucked sense of humor. I am sorry. It's right. I want to make it clear I'm not laughing about what happened to her. That what happened to her was tragic and unconscionable. I'm laughing at the stupidity of this man who did all of this dumb shit. Because it's really hard for me to believe that somebody this stupid actually exists. But no touching the redheads. That is a straight to jail. Jail. Automatic jail. You are harming endangered species. No.
Frozen completely solid with a gunshot wound to her head, in the same exact manner that Joseph had described. But other than this, it was clear that Joseph's retelling of events was flawed, to say the least, as Samantha hadn't just been placed inside the freezer. She had been jammed inside of it, as if he was desperate to get her to fit inside.
As opposed to what? You say that. Well, okay, give me a second. You say that like there's a difference between stuffed and jammed. Those are the same things. It's like saying stuffed and crammed are different somehow. Jammed, stuffed, crammed. Same fucking thing. Different word, same thing. The fuck? She probably did start the apocalypse. I mean, it is a redhead, Shelley. Maybe. Nope, I'm not making that. Nope, I'll go straight to hell. I'm pushing play.
So much so that he actually sawed off her left leg, along with making a series of other cuts to her body to get her to fit. And this wasn't even the most damning revelation, with the most important having to do with Samantha's condition.
Sorry.
Just by looking at her, it was clear to the first responders that Samantha was dead, and had been dead for days, likely having been killed instantly by the gunshot, meaning that the blinking Joseph had witnessed was entirely hallucinated. It never could have happened, and yet that was his reality. He fully believed it. Upon the discovery, Joseph quickly became the #1 most wanted man in Tennessee, and that same day, police would track down his vehicle as he...
Of course it happened in Tennessee. Yes, I just did the battling banjos. Don't judge me. It's Tennessee, to be fair. Okay? Tennessee is worse than Alabama. Florida is worse than both of them combined. Sorry. I'm going to hell. You may as well reserve me a seat. I'm already going there. I'm sorry. God damn it. Okay. You miss my singing. Sorry. Appalachia. Appalachia's where the skinwalkers are. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm sorry. I feel so bad laughing. But this is fucking insane. So he did or didn't do all of that. I am confused. Because they said he did said all this, but that's what he remembers, and what he remembers is different from what happened. So what did he do? I am so fucking confused right now. Ugh. It- okay. I'm just gonna put blah blah blah. I cannot read that. In the Jingle is my favorite song. Oh, In the Jungle, not In the Jingle. The fuck, I need glasses.
To have been trying to flee the state, but the officers got to him first, pulling him over and then surrounding his vehicle, drawing their guns and preparing for anything. But just as Joseph had said on the phone, he had no interest in going to jail, and that was something he was dead serious about.
Well,
When
I feel like
officers
that's a
finally got
crime.
his car door opened, they would find Joseph Parker in the driver's seat, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. His death made it impossible to fully confirm why he had taken Samantha's life that night, but reports seemed to indicate that he had recently lost his job, and the couple was experiencing financial hardships, putting their home in danger of foreclosure, with this perhaps being the reason the two were arguing on their anniversary. But reports also indicate that this murder didn't happen in the midst of the fight, as evidence points to Samantha having been asleep at the time she was shot, adding some uncertainty to how the situation truly did unfold. But one noteworthy discovery made after the fact was that at the time of his death, Joseph had drugs in his system, which could have been a factor in the murder itself, and it certainly was a factor in the hallucinations he was seeing afterwards, as he stood in his garage having full conversations with the frozen, mutilated corpse of the woman he had just killed, all the while truly believing it was all real. With this 911 call leaving...
Let me guess, it was meth. It had to be meth. Hey, Mousy. Wait, what? Oh. He hallucinated. I'm confused. So you're telling me the guy who hallucinated and did all this crazy shit and then called 911 to help him with the crime he committed was on drugs? No, you don't say. I'm so shocked to hear that the dumbass was on drugs. Slow blink. Just, yes, of course he was on drugs. He sat there and called 911 because he shoved somebody in a freezer. But apparently, what he's saying is all of that opening the thing and seeing her be not unalive, that was all a hallucination, that she was never alive a second time when he checked on her. Apparently. Of course she wasn't. Because he said she was frozen but still alive. That's not possible. Entirely. After you do what you did to her. And they couldn't have been arguing if she was asleep. What kind of rugs were you on, dude? Some pretty hefty ones, I would imagine.
impression on myself and the many others who have stumbled across it in the internet's darkest corners.
Breaking news now, this out of Brandon, where a husband seems incredible though. Like, really interesting. Hello?
Shopping for clothes used to be a nightmare. You can't blame Ryan.
Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Well, considering that you're online watching this video right now, there's a good chance that you are. Your internet provider can see and log everything you do online. And not only are they watching what you browse, but here in the US, ISPs can legally collect and sell all of your browsing history, which often falls into the hands of advertisers and data brokers. It's an invasion of privacy for everyone, but it especially hits home for me. If you're familiar with my content, then you know I've had to make some very questionable Google searches in the name of research. Let's just say my search history could raise a few eyebrows. And that's part of the reason why I take my online privacy so seriously. When your personal information can so easily fall into the wrong hands, protecting yourself matters. A journey that she documented on her growing TikTok page. But when she wasn't at school or at a hospital, her time was spent with her family. She had been married to a man named Brandon Sheffield for around a decade.
Listen, I cannot talk to you about questionable Google searches. You don't want to see my search history. Okay? Listen, I Googled sexy naked trash pandas poses. Just hear me out before you jump to this fucked up conclusion. But it's not like that. Let me explain. let me explain. Okay. I have a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. Okay. So, some dude was constantly in my comment section asking for nudes. So I was trying to find raccoons in weird poses. So I found some. And I posted that to my community tab and said, look, here's my nudes. And then I also Googled raccoon feet. And I posted on my community page, look, here's my feet. I'm putting them on feet finders or some shit. So that's shut up, Aries. Will Ferrell. You remember that, Harry? You about died when I did that, Harry. You were like, what the fuck? It's not even funny. They did, Aries. That was funny as hell, though, you have to admit. Oh my god, Shelley. But no. But there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for that. The feet of hers needs shaved. No, I'm not shaving my perfectly sexy raccoon feet, okay? My raccoon feet are the sexiest. You know what I really should do? I really should put those raccoon feet I googled on Feet Finders. I think I might. I'm gonna make a Feet Finders account and post raccoon feet at awkward angles. I'm gonna do it now, and I'm gonna blame it on Moto. Be like, yep, this is Moto's fault. Feetfinders.com. Somebody would think they're sexy. They could always post Gandalf's feet. They're pretty similar to raccoon feet. Do you know what this spoiled ass dog is doing right now? That's what he's doing. He is sleeping. I don't think I won't do it, Aries. If you don't think I would do it, you don't know me very well. Because I absolutely would. And I would give 0 fucks about it. Okay, I'm going to continue with my fuck shit video.
And when they met, Brandon already had 2 children from a separate relationship. Though this didn't deter her in any way, and instead she took on the responsibility of helping to care for them, raising the children alongside Brandon as if they were her own for much of their lives, to the point where they seemingly started referring to her as their mother, a role that she thrived in, as she frequently posted pictures and videos alongside them. And the same was also true for her being a wife, as she loved to share her memories and moments with Brandon, cultivating this image of the perfect family and the perfect pair. But on social media, things are rarely ever as they seem. And on the 10th of December,
You don't
2024,
say.
Jennifer would drop a bombshell on her followers.
You don't say that things on social media are not always as they seem. No, everything you post to social media is just legitimate. Like, everybody knows that. It's facts. Listen, I love raccoons. They're adorable and they're funny, and they too like snacks as much as I do. They are not snackophobic. Snackophobic. I don't think that's even a word, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna use it anyway. My thing was sitting on top of the freaking charger. I don't know why. But it somehow got wrapped around the back of it. Right? They're cute. Leave me alone.
So, about to be a newly single mom, and I am in the middle of a divorce. My husband is being incredible though, like really and truly, like we're working together, everything's great, we're splitting everything down the middle, like, everything is good.
After approximately 10 years of marriage, Jennifer announced that she and Brandon were getting a divorce. There was no explanation for why, just the simple fact that they were separated and had already started the divorce process, something that was reiterated by both of their Facebook relationship statuses as they shifted to single around the same time. Despite the sad and even shocking news, it was clear that they were handling it better than most. There didn't appear to be any resentment between them, as Jennifer described Brandon as having been incredible throughout the process, supporting her in any way possible, which was obviously good not only for them, but for their children, who were top of mind for the pair.
It is a very civil divorce with our daughter in mind, and I really appreciate that. However, I'm going to be a mom, single income right now, and he will be helping with her. He will be supporting her, so essentially, like, I'm really thankful for that, and that I will not have to worry so much about supporting her.
It was apparent that there was some kind of custody split being discussed between them, which isn't really made fully clear in the video. But what was clear was how grateful Jennifer was for Brandon's support. But even with this help, this marked the first time in Jennifer's adult life that she was really on her own.
I've never done this before. I've never been on my own before. So, yeah, if you just have any tips, I would really appreciate it, because, I'm a little scared right now.
It was uncharted territory and something that she was understandably nervous about. But despite her fears, Jennifer maintained an optimistic attitude. And thankfully, at this point, the divorce itself was going about as well as it could be. They were both supportive of each other, they were both thinking of the children, and there seemed to be no bad blood between them. Though, as I said before, on social media,
This guy This guy looks familiar. I've seen his face somewhere before. I can't place it. But it's probably this case. This case probably made the news. It usually does when people do insane shit. But, like, he looks incredibly familiar. Let me show you. This guy. He looks familiar. I don't know. I can't place it, but he looks like somebody I've seen before, like on media. I wouldn't have known him personally.
Things are rarely as they seem.
I think I remember seeing him on
We
some
have more
kind of.
breaking news now. This
Yep.
out of Brandon, where a husband and wife are dead following a murder. According to Brandon police, the
That's
couple
what it
was
was. It
found
made
on
the
Toulon
news.
Street this morning after family conducted a welfare check on
Where
30-year-old
was
Jennifer
this?
Sheffield.
18 days after posting this video, praising Brandon Sheffield for the incredible way he had been handling their divorce, both Jennifer and Brandon would be found dead inside their Mississippi home.
Okay, yeah.
That morning, family members arrived at the house to
I
perform a
remember
welfare
that
check,
now.
but noted signs of foul play outside, leading to them calling the police. Inside, officers discovered the pair lying next to each other. Each had a single gunshot wound to the head, with one thing being blatantly obvious. Brandon Sheffield had been the one to pull the trigger both times, shooting Jennifer before turning the gun on himself. What happened that night isn't fully understood, but the motive is fairly clear. This was likely the result of the divorce that Brandon had supposedly been handling so well, though obviously there seemed to be more going on behind the scenes. Perhaps the violence was spurred on by the holiday season and Brandon's realization that this would be their last as a married couple, or perhaps he just wanted Jennifer all to himself, and if he couldn't have her, no one could. Since her murder, Jennifer's video has become a...
That sounds eerily familiar. If he couldn't have her, nobody can. Yeah, that sounds very familiar to me. X. If you know, you know. Aries knows. Harry knows. And if you know me at all, you know why I'm saying that. I can't exactly check my Discord, guys. You know, there's some. Yeah, I know all about that. Trust me, I spent a very, very long time under the heel of a man exactly like that. And it's not a good place to be. Not a good place to be at all. And a lot of women don't ever escape it. And if they do, it ends like this. Unfortunately. Mine very nearly ended like this. But it didn't. So I'm thankful for that. But I don't know. You can't really explain people like that, really. You know, he could have had a meltdown. He could. There could be a lot of explanations. You never know what set him off, really. You couldn't know unless you were there. And the only two people there, unfortunately, aren't here anymore. And I hate that such a young woman had her life snipped shut. Way too young. A lot of people might like to think they know things that they couldn't possibly know. So I'm not going to assume things here. But I can relate on some levels. And that's sad. You have to wonder what happened though, because if everything was okay, or seemingly okay, up until everything was finalized and he was handling it so well, what happened? You have to wonder. Either that or he was masking, and he may have been masking how he was really doing with it until he snapped. You never know. Right, Harry? But some people don't get that. Some people are psychopaths. Some people are incapable of allowing you to have a life after them. They can't fathom you ever moving on from them. Because how could you? Because they're so great, and they do no wrong, and they're perfect. They never for a minute think that their shit behavior might be why you wanted to leave to begin with. Just saying.
Morbid piece of internet history, and just seeing how full of hope she was is heartbreaking in hindsight. And because of Brandon's actions, not only was Jennifer robbed of her future, but these children were robbed of their mother figure and their father figure all in one night. And making this even more devastating, some articles have claimed that one of these children was actually in the house during the shooting. What Brandon did was nothing short of evil, but surprisingly, not everyone has seen it this way, as the discourse around this case has somehow led to people actually sympathizing with him, and even blaming Jennifer for her own murder. Sadly, this is just a fraction of the disrespect that Jennifer has faced since her death, as there have been numerous other online controversies surrounding her and her family. Though for the sake of this video, I don't want these to distract from the very real story and the very real victim at its core. A young woman who will now never get to experience the future that she was so hopeful for.
I had this
Kind of like there were a certain group of people white knighting and supporting my ex even after he made national news for what he did. Almost like that, huh? Crazy. It's almost like the proof was out there the whole time, and you still chose to support a child abuser. But you kind of trying to hush everybody down from that, right? Keep everybody from remembering who it was that supported him and platformed him and contacted him. Right? Almost like that. Crazy, huh?
feeling this morning for some reason to tell you that it's gonna be okay. You still have a purpose. You've got to keep pushing. You still have a heartbeat. And that means that you've got to keep going.
It was unlike anything she had posted before. Throughout 31-year-old Rania Ibrahim's Facebook page, friends, family, and followers have been accustomed to seeing posts of her children, various religious texts, and other media from her day-to-day life. But on June 14th, 2017, Rania would begin her very first live stream. and it was clear from the start that something had gone terribly wrong.
Open the front door. Okay. Open the front door. You're going to bring the smoke in. Okay. You're not going to be able to breathe. I'm scared maybe someone outside. They're in there. Are you sure? They've gone into the other cabin.
The footage is from Ranya's perspective, as she and another woman discuss what lies behind the front door of the apartment unit they were in. The woman, believed to be 33-year-old Isra Ibrahim, told her not to open the door as it would let the smoke in, while Rania insisted that people might still be out there and in danger, eventually leading to her peeking outside, and in turn giving us a glimpse inside their nightmare situation.
There's too much smoke here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna open it. الله لا إله إلا الله في حد يغفر العمارة لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم يا الله.
These idiots, ran with the apparently. One, we had a garage that we never had, by the way. Idiot. Two, that it was a meth lab bust. Excuse me? But if you're gonna lie, if you're gonna lie, make sure that the story doesn't contradict the story running across national news. There was never a meth lab. That would have made the police report, dumbass. Two, wouldn't it have been in the news that it was a drug bust? I'm fairly certain they would have mentioned that. Maybe don't lie about a massively public case because you want to spin a narrative. Just gonna throw that out there. 100% of it. Yeah. It's so dumb. And what's even dumber is I found out, here's the thing. Aries, all the shit they were spreading, all the misinformation they were spreading, came from a compulsive liar. And an abuser. You don't think an abusive piece of shit would lie to you to smear the ex that they can't let go. If I was as bad as you people claim, and as bad as he lied to you, why couldn't he let me go? Why? First of all, everything he told you was bullshit. And it was proven to be bullshit. Legally proven. Not just on social media. It literally everything that you guys were spinning came up and was thrown out. Because it was bullshit. And there were medical and official documentation to prove otherwise. You haven't heard a peep from that one because he's in jail. That's why. He got arrested on my birthday, a mile away from my house. Days, and I mean days, after my current address was doxed in the chat. That was not a coincidence. By the way, You doxed my address and my landlord in my chat. Less than 2 days later, he's arrested a mile from my house. Actually, less than a mile from my house. And it took marshals, FBI, and a TAC team to take him down. But I guess I'm to believe that's a coincidence, right? Just saying. You're still in the closet. But I think I've made my point. And I'm going to leave it there. But you never know with these kinds of cases what actually happens. Exactly, Aries. If I'm going to read it, she says, I agree. And if you were so horrible, why isn't anything being done to you? That's because you were telling the truth and they don't like that. So they come down on you harder because you was easy to attack online. Yeah. I was an easy target because everybody believed the narrative they were spinning and the bullshit they were spreading until they sent all their dumb shit to the wrong person and they called them out on it. And essentially proved everything they were saying was bullshit because they sent that person proof they had done everything I had said they did. It's crazy how that works. If you give somebody enough rope, so to speak, they'll catch themselves up. I didn't have to do anything. All I did was tell the truth. The whole time. I posted proof. Nobody wanted to see it. And that's on them. I don't care anymore. And there just are some people that I will never forgive. And they know why. And I don't have to forgive them. I don't owe them that. What they did was atrocious. What they did was unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. And quite frankly, I hope it haunts them. I have no mercy or compassion for those people. Sorry, not sorry.
The door opens for just a split second, revealing a thick layer of black smoke, the loud ringing of fire alarms, and someone pounding on a door. Rania eventually calls out to whoever was knocking outside, beckoning them towards her.
Hello, come here. Come here. Hello. Hello. Come. Quick.
To which 57-year-old Gary Maunders emerges from the smog, completely covered in ash. It was a dramatic scene, and one that you can start to piece together based on the footage alone, as it was clear that there was a fire raging inside that apartment complex, and the entire floor Rania was filming on had been filled with smoke that essentially trapped her and a few others inside this flat. Given the sheer amount of smoke in that hallway, it was obvious why.
That would have been terrifying. That's like one of my worst fears is going out that way. I couldn't imagine. I think I want to try. Let's see. I kind of don't want to watch violence right now. Hmm. Hey, look. Appalachian Horror Stories.
Hey there. Welcome back to Bedtime Story.
That's
I know
not a
many of you
bedtime
listen
story.
to these videos as you fall asleep, so before you settle in, I'd really love to hear where you're tuning in from. And if these stories have been keeping you company at night, leaving a like and subscribing, a steady northern heading toward the primary base camp. He eventually decided to set up a temporary shelter near a rocky outcropping because the visibility had dropped to less than 10 feet. State records indicate that several other hikers in the vicinity reported hearing repetitive metallic sounds echoing through the trees during the late hours of the night. Some locals claimed that the sounds were merely the result of wind moving through abandoned mining shafts, but the county file from 2009 suggests otherwise. Elias woke up during the early morning hours to find that his heavy hiking boots had been moved precisely 3 feet away from his tent. There were no footprints in the soft mud surrounding his campsite, and the internal zipper of his tent was still locked from the previous night. He gathered his belongings in total silence while observing that the surrounding forest had become unnaturally quiet, as if the local wildlife had fled. Records conflict regarding the exact path he took to exit the forest, but Elias later stated that he felt a constant presence just behind him. The investigation concluded without finding any evidence of another person in the area, and the case remains a point of ambiguity for the local authorities. The state records from 2022 mention a second individual named Sarah Miller, who was a 32-year-old biologist studying local bat populations. Sarah was stationed in a remote cabin near the Clinch mountain range, where she spent several weeks collecting data on nocturnal migratory patterns. Her logs mention that she discovered several strange markings carved in.
Harry, I have one thing to say to you. After that little snide comment. Okay? Fuck you, Harry. Capiche? It snowed for the last 2 days here. Harry. So, fuck you, asshole. Oh, it's 80 degrees here. I'm sure it is, dick. Why don't you rub it in, Harry? You fucking asshole. You motherfucker. I swear to God. If it snows here tonight, I am booking a flight. Harry. I'm get you.
The trees surrounding her research site during the first week of her stay. She reportedly captured several audio recordings of a voice that seemed to mimic her own vocal patterns from the previous evening. Investigators never confirmed the source of the audio, but the archive notes suggest that Sarah became increasingly paranoid about her immediate surroundings. County files from 2015 describe an incident involving a park ranger named Marcus Reed, who was 45 years old at the time. Marcus was tasked with patrolling the northern boundaries of the Great Smoky Mountains, where several campers had reported seeing flickering lights in the distance. He arrived at a clearing near a decommissioned fire tower and discovered a collection of personal items neatly arranged in a circular pattern. The items included a digital watch and a pair of spectacles that appeared to belong to a missing person from 2012. Dispatch logs indicate that Marcus requested immediate backup after hearing a heavy breathing sound coming from the darkness just beyond his flashlight beam. Some locals claimed that the fire tower was the site of a forgotten settlement, but official state records show no evidence of any historical structures. Marcus reported that he saw a tall figure standing perfectly still near the base of the tower, but the figure vanished when he approached. The county file from 2009 mentions a similar encounter involving a group of hunters who were tracking deer in the same region. These men reportedly abandoned their equipment and fled the area after witnessing a series of blue flashes emanating from the forest floor. Investigators never confirmed the cause of the flashes, and the terrain was later declared off limits for several months following the incident. A third individual, named James Bennett, was a 50-year-old retired police officer who enjoyed solo camping trips in the Blue Ridge Mountains. In the spring of 2016, he planned a 5-day excursion through a section of the forest known for its treacherous slopes. James was equipped with a high-frequency radio and a detailed map of the region that he had used for over 20 years. Archive notes indicate that he sent a brief transmission on the second night, stating that he had found an unmarked cave entrance. The transmission ended abruptly with a sharp static noise that the dispatch center was unable to filter or identify using standard equipment. Search teams arrived at the...
Wait, Aries. I don't know why it just now dawned on me to ask you this. What the hell happened to your Aries account? I know what you did, Aries, you naughty, naughty girl. But what happened to your other account? I know I've got my phone sitting down. We're just listening to ghost stories. That's weird. You should have kept your mods, though. I've noticed that YouTube's been showing the usernames really weird. Like, there are some people I don't recognize because their usernames are so fucked up and not their nicknames. You know, did they just recently change that? I am single and I'm gonna stay single for a long, long time. I think it's done that to a couple of people because none of them are the screen names I recognize, but I know the person once they say who they are. So I don't think it's just you, Aries. It's weird. I don't know what the hell. That's right, Aries. I belong to Aries.
Coordinates of the cave entrance, only to find that the opening had been blocked by a massive rockfall. They discovered James's radio sitting on top of a flat stone, but there was no
Hashtag titties, not testicles. I don't know that you should type that in the chat. You might get us in trouble. But hashtag titties, not testicles. I'm sorry. That was awful. I'm sorry.
sign of a struggle or any physical tracks. Records conflict about whether the rockfall was a natural occurrence or if it had been triggered by an external force during the night. Some locals claim to hear a muffled tapping sound coming from behind the rocks, but the sound was never captured on official recording devices. The state records from 2017 officially closed the case as a tragic accident involving an unforeseen geological event in a remote area. Investigators later discovered a series of photographs on James's camera that depicted a dark corridor lined with what appeared to be rusted metal doors. The photographs were blurry and the light source was insufficient.
Oh, fun fact for the day. I don't know how many of you listen to Mr. Ballin or don't. I happen to adore Mr. Ballin. I like his content. Did you all know that he was once a Navy SEAL? He's been verified. So, like, it's legit. He was a Navy SEAL. Oh my God, Harry. Back to the naughty corner with you, Harry. But no shit. Mr. Ballin was a Navy SEAL. I don't know if that matters or not, but support him, dude. I think he deserves it. He's a good dude, and he tells good stories, and Aries. But no, go to Mr. Ballin's channel. He has a lot of paranormal stories and true crime stories, and he's got a lot of good content. I listen to him quite frequently. Especially when I'm tired of hearing the drama shit. He's really good. It's Mr. Mr. Ballen. Like Mr. Ballin. Just type in Mr. Ballin paranormal stories and it should pull him up.
Provide a clear view of what lay beyond the threshold of the cave. Dispatch logs from that period show that several unauthorized individuals attempted to access the site before it was permanently sealed by the county. The county file from 2009 mentions a local legend about a hidden facility, but no evidence of such a place exists. James remains missing, and the true nature of the unmarked cave entrance continues to be a subject of intense local debate. In the winter of 2018, a 29-year-old geographer named Thomas Vance traveled to the rural outskirts of Kentucky. Thomas was employed by a private environmental firm to map the underground water tables and limestone aquifers hidden beneath the rugged hills. He reportedly established a base camp in a valley that local residents often avoided due to the frequent presence of heavy ground mist. State records from that month indicate that Thomas made several calls to his supervisor regarding anomalous readings on his seismic detection tools. The readings suggested that a large hollow space existed directly beneath his tent, but no known maps indicated any subterranean tunnels. According to dispatch logs, Thomas reported that the ground beneath his feet felt like it was vibrating rhythmically every night at 3 a.m.
he decided to document the phenomenon using a high-sensitivity microphone and a series of motion sensors placed around the valley floor. Archive notes show that Thomas recorded a sound that resembled a low-frequency hum that caused structural damage to his electronic gear. Investigators never confirmed the source of the vibration, but the county file from 2009 mentions similar reports from local farmers. Thomas was found 3 days later wandering along a remote logging road in a state of deep confusion and physical exhaustion. He reportedly claimed that he had seen a series of vertical shafts hidden beneath the thick brush that were lined with smooth glass. The state records indicate that Thomas had lost all memory of how he had escaped the valley or where his equipment went. Search crews returned to the campsite, but they discovered that the entire area had been swept clean of any human presence. Even the flattened grass where his tent had stood was now standing upright as if no weight had ever been applied. Records conflict on whether Thomas suffered from a medical episode or if he had encountered an undocumented geographic feature in the hills. In this new story, terrifying true encounters from the deep Appalachian Mountains. In 2013, 24-year-old park ranger Elias Thorne was stationed in a remote sector of the Monongahela National Forest in West Virginia. His primary objective involved surveying trail erosion following a series of heavy storms that had compromised the structural integrity of the local ridgelines. Thorne was an experienced outdoorsman who possessed a deep understanding of the regional topography and the inherent risks associated with isolated mountain navigation. Reportedly, he had completed hundreds of similar solo patrols without incident during his 3-year tenure with the Forestry Department. However, county files from 2013,
You know, no, Harry, we don't need people disappearing, okay? I've been to Virginia. I've been through it. Parts of it are pretty fucking creepy. I'm not even, they have some towns there that look like ghost towns. They have some wooded areas that look haunted as shit with like abandoned buildings and shit. Dude, it's eerie. But I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for Maine. Maine is probably one of the most haunted states in the US. Virginia probably would be a close second. Just saying. But anyway, for some reason my phone is like really hot. And it does that when I live stream. From the phone. So I think tomorrow we'll do a dedicated stream to just ghosts. For funsies. We may even pull out the Spirit Talker app because I got some interesting things off of it yesterday. But any hoodle. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me for like 2 hours. I've missed you guys. I've missed our late night hangouts, you know. But I can't really do that through the week very much, you know. Responsibilities and adulting. No. No, we can't, Harry. No, we cannot. Because Panda is doing none of that. Panda likes living. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye.